Hello, I'm putting this disclaimer before every video for the foreseeable future, just because everything is going to be batch recorded, and for more information check out the update video that I'm going to leave in the top of the description. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hey all you people, and welcome back in to another episode. We need to get this dealt with. There's torch spam, it's empty. That block needs waxed. There's a lot we need to get done. As you can see, there's a schematic in my inventory. I'm just gonna build around with it and not actually like use a cannon or anything. But here's your sneak peek. It's done. I didn't have the ability to time lapse it. There's the front area that you saw before. You can see a peek of what was built. We have a rib cage for the dragon skeleton. I think it looks pretty cool. I didn't have it come down any further just because of the way that this is built. I think that the 8 ribs is enough of it as well. This platform we can keep clear. I think I may turn this platform actually into stairs downward so that we have a downstairs as well. But yeah, I don't really know what else to add. We got the rib cage. I like how it hugs the edge. Before, I had originally envisioned it being a lot smaller and holding the axolotl cage and having the axolotl swim up and down a glass cage inside the rib cage, but it just looked weird with how tiny it was compared to the rest of the roof. And yeah, I think it looks pretty good. I was struggling for so long and asking people for advice on what to do for these pillars because the fences just looked off. I think that girders are the right idea, especially since we also have them out here. So yeah, I think that this room is progressing nicely. And something that I have completely neglected is this side has no decoration. We may get to that at some point today, but there is some stuff that I want to get done first that has been leading to problems. So we are going to address that first. This thing, if we go like that, that, it's a pulse repeater. Once we get over here, I will show you what it does. A pulse repeater works by, let's put this down here. This creates infinite tick, as most people familiar with Redstone know. I put this here, and let's change this to 3 seconds. So for every input that this gets, it will fire once every 3 seconds. You can see that little 1 tick pulse here. So we are going to use this in here, because currently this is being operated. This is being operated by this redstone circuit, and this torch keeps going out. For some reason, like once every like 6 or 7 times I log on, this torch is just staying out. So instead of using the system that we currently have, I hope I can do that and be okay. We can count this as 1:16:20. So that's 1 second of delay between when it goes up and down. So we can make a far simpler circuit with this and one other piece that I have forgotten to grab. We have this other component now called a powered toggle latch. For anybody familiar with Redstone, this is basically what's called a T flip-flop. I place this down, one input turns it on, the next input turns it off. And basically this thing only sends 1 tick, but we can use this thing in conjunction with it to have the pedestal go up and go down. So I'm going to get that in place and show y'all what I mean by that. So now, when I place this observer here, when I place this observer here, it should every 1 tick flip this lever on and off, which is how long the stoppage was before. And it doesn't have that big loop. Now it should never turn off because 2 observers cannot ever stop firing on each other like a redstone torch can. which is good. So we should always have iron producing now. Leaving behind the iron and stuff, I've started to turn this into a stairwell down. I added like the copper lightning rods, that's the word, as like a railing. I think it looks pretty cool. It's like a nice 2 block segment, and then there's the rib in the middle of it. And again, not too much yet, just stairs down. But I think we're going to build like the nice commemorative area downstairs so that we have more room. This is more of an aesthetic room. And then we can have more function as we go down. Yeah, so I'm going to start digging this out so that we can get that commemoration room set up properly. Something was recommended to me that I thought improved the skull a bit. I replaced the black concrete inside with campfires so that it looks like it has like the smoke coming out the nostrils, which yes is dead, but also I still do have the glowing yellow eyes. So I think that the smoke rising out is still a very good effect. But anyway, I have built floor 1 of the basement. Yes, I intentionally say floor 1. This is how I built this. I thought it was cool. Each floor is going to be a different floor of the achievement list. So like we did Minecraft, I don't know which floor is gonna be next. This one will probably be vertical instead of horizontal. I'll do it vertically. But yeah, so we're gonna go through and just commemorate all the things that all the achievements that we did, because that was the original point of the hardcore world, was to get all the achievements in the game, which obviously we didn't do because I was scared, didn't go to Deep Dark, etc. Didn't make a respawn anchor because that was kind of pointless for a hardcore. Didn't go and get ancient debris because I didn't want to be under stuff like that. But we're gonna go through. We're going to put this like this. The way I think I'm going to do it is that if the background of the achievement is red, then that means that we achieved that in hardcore. If the background is going to be dark gray, or I guess normal gray, then we have not achieved that yet. If the background is white, then that means that we achieved it, but not in hardcore, if that makes sense. Obviously, we achieved all of these in the normal course of playing, so we didn't get any of these in non-hardcore. Like, let's say we didn't enchant until after we had died. So then the background of that would have been white instead. I hope that makes sense. We're going to go through... I'm not going to do it right now because that's a lot of work to go through these 6 tabs. I may make one more, but I'm not going to commit to that. But this is going to be what the basement is just going down and doing floors and floors of this. And I think that's the right idea to have for the basement in here. Yeah. I do like the way that this turned out. It's very concrete heavy, but that's okay. I feel like that it feels more museum-y if it's concrete heavy, so instead of like the wood, so I'm okay with it being far more bland's not the right word because it doesn't look bland, but like far less textured, I guess, than the rest of it. So originally, if you all remember, it was like a gondola. It was hanging from above. I did change it so that it was coming up from below. The issue is that it doesn't fit the vibe, if that makes sense. Like, it doesn't fit the vibe of everything else. Like, even though I'm using the oak and the warped a lot over there, I just don't think it looks right. And so I think I'm going to ditch the transportation idea for now. Just because it's not really, like, it's not necessary at this point. And it's the same issue of why I don't want to use trains with how hilly the area is. Because, like, this area is very, very hilly. It's just not viable for me to use it and have another form of transportation. But yeah, I just wanted to address it because I said I was going to make the gondola system and I just kind of started ignoring it. Okay, the nostril smoke is really cool. But yeah, I just wanted to address that since it's kind of gone undiscussed for a while. And I feel like that idea just kind of got scrapped. Since we're talking about canceled projects a bit, I think that the chocolate factory is going to also go into that or not canceled chocolate, canceled project factory. I just this area is not conducive for it, and since I only originally planned on having the sweet rolls in here, and then I started expanding it more and more, I just don't think that it's going to fit well. So maybe if we have time later, but right now I think we can count this as another canceled project along with the gondola system. So what I realized in the process of building that entire room is how little sand and gravel we have. So what I am going to get set up is effectively a sand and gravel farm. I'm gonna set it up over here, I think, over by this stuff, but I'm just gonna throw in cobble through the roof or through a side window, I guess. And once the cobble gets to that one, it will be turned into gravel. This is taking longer than I thought. It will be turned into gravel, and then once gravel goes to a second set, it gets turned into sand and flint. So my idea is going to be have one set of wheels, make it gravel, have a tunnel which splits off half of it, and then have the second one make it sand so that we get half gravel, half sand for every stack of cobble we put in. The issue is how often I mine with my Silk Touch pick means that I don't really... Oh, there it goes, finally. I don't really have that much cobble, so I'm gonna have to go through and like manually turn all my stone into cobble, I guess, which was not really my intention, but it's what I have to do at this point. So yeah, I'm gonna have to start turning stone into cobblestone. The very rudimentary system is complete. I am going to throw 16 in there. It's gonna get crushed. Jeez, 16 was already too much. Okay, so half the gravel goes there, half of it goes here. We got our 8 gravel in here. Yeah, I'm gonna need to speed this up. Okay. So 8 sand, some flint. Okay. Oh, okay, we got no clay out of that one, but that's okay. So we have 8 and 8 out of 16 pieces of cobble, which is exactly what we wanted to get. And yeah, I mean, obviously it needs sped up a bit because it should not take that long for 16 pieces. But overall, fairly simple device for making gravel and sand so that we can then we can take these two and make concrete out of them, which is the intention, if I didn't say that earlier. I set up a nice little system over here that places and destroys stone and turns it into cobble because we have massive amounts of stone and very little amounts of cobble. So that was my get around so that we can just use this without me having to worry about converting all my stone into cobble. So that I can show it off a little bit more, here's like the one that I showed off before, and here is the next side I'm doing, which is the end collection. And as you can see, we have not achieved these yet, so it's light gray. Eventually, once we achieve it, this will be in this slot here. But yeah, the ones that we have not achieved are in light gray. Also, I can't really collect Dragon's Breath before I achieve it, so for now it's just represented by an instant health potion. It's close enough. I got it in the end, so yeah. But yeah, here's an example of one where everything is not completed. Somehow I just shot a crossbow for the first time. So I think that'll be the first achievement that ends up going in white when we get to whatever page that's on. Let's see, that's not on husbandry. It's gotta be an adventure, right? Not there. Yeah, down here. So this will be the first one that we get in white. I still need to figure out how to get like adventure and husbandry because these need tall rooms and they need long rooms. So I don't know how to do that. Same with the nether. It needs like it needs tall and long because like it goes 6 deep. So those ones I still need to figure out. That's why I did adventure and I did the end because they were the easiest two to get. Create is just gonna be a giant room of its own. I don't think I'm going to put that in here just because Create wasn't originally part of the advancement hunting series, so I don't really see a reason to include it here. Maybe like I build a giant room at the very bottom eventually, but not right now. It's not in the plans. But I think that's all that we have time for today. So thank you all so much for watching. I think next time we're going to take a break from all these farms, all this building, and we're going to have a little explory episode. So, until then, I will see y'all next time. Peace.